Yo, JD here, Limitless, and we are back on F1 2021 as always. I'm back with some more online gameplay. 2 5-lap races we got going on here. There will be league racing returning very soon, and I may possibly be live streaming these open lobbies. So again, please post in the comments if you would like me to live stream these, because I might do maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So we're at Canada here, track that is not really oftenly chosen when doing online lobbies, but we get a pretty good start, a really good launch off the line here. So trying to find some space around the outside of this Alpine as a Ferrari again. It always seems to be a Ferrari spinning on the first lap or something like that, but we go up into 8th, so 4 positions gained here behind Veloce Dragon, another regular of my lobbies, but he has unfortunately been caught out from the AlphaTauri up ahead here. So up into P7 now. We are using my Canada TT setup, and as usual, I've said this many times, it seems to work very well translating from TT to online, and you'll be able to see how well it actually takes the curbs and the traction. That's why I always try and focus on predominantly when I do a setup. So coming to here, the AlphaTauri has unfortunately broke a little bit on the grass, so that's going to be a nice free position up into P6 now. And now we're just going to try and defend, but we've got some good straight line speed with this setup that we are using here, as it was figured about going almost 3 wide into the chicane. Coming through into here now, avoiding the wall of champions, get some really good speed, and the Red Bull is all out of shape, and now we're up into P4. So a very good start so far. And Canada, I've been doing it a little bit more recently, same with like the Sochi video I did yesterday. I think this track definitely needs to get a lot more love than it needs, and on this game I really do enjoy it. It's very punishing with the curbs in the middle sector, but it's just a very smooth experience to drive, and I think the racing is always great. It's always usually like a 2-stop, or you can do a 1-stop, so it's really about your pace, how much risk you want to take. And you can see going through here, we were doing that very nicely, and the setup is working very well over these curbs, which I think is a big thing on this game as well. So coming into this hairpin, trying to get some good traction up here, which you do. We get a pretty good launch, using the overtake button, but there is no threat really from behind here, so we're going to just sit behind for the time being. See, the leader has got a little bit of a gap up in front, just go for this very nicely, and the car was taking that very well. Coming across the line, the fastest lap is a 9.6 that we have just pipped, and going through to this corner here, trying to take a different line to the guys up ahead just to try and avoid that dirty air. Going to this corner, it's a pretty much blind corner. He goes completely straight on and picks up a 2-second time penalty because of it. Coming into here now, hooking the car at the inside here, trying to get a good slingshot coming off this corner. And one thing I noticed is that once you lose the tyres, or the setup is not particularly stable, it's very hard to recover for the next few corners. So you can see again, he's really struggling. Probably his tyre temps are through the roof because of that mistake he made there. And now that's us up into P3. Good thing is that we are close enough to get the DRS as well, so getting a good launch off this corner. You can see the Mercedes really struggling for traction there. We're not really going to use any of the overtake going down this straight, as there might be a change for the lead. So McLaren lets him go. We go through the chicane once again, doing that very well, and we could have maybe got him going into someone else. Thinking about it, because it's the start of penultimate lap, but we weren't going to be close enough, actually hitting the back of him going into there now. So now we really have to try and get past him this lap if we want a chance of winning this race on track at the very least. So you can see really good change of direction going through into here. Was thinking about maybe down the inside, but that's not really a corner you want to do. On trying to get a good exit off here, but he has the DRS on the car in front, so not really too much we can do there. These are the curbs that are the most damaging, and you can see we could just take it with confidence because we know our car is going to glide over these curbs very well. Was thinking about maybe going down the inside once again. He goes in a little bit deep, so we turn in nice and early. You can see the traction we got was absolutely insane coming off that corner. So a really good launch. Now we're using the DRS here, and you can see how much time we're gaining down this straight. And then also the good thing is that we have another slice of DRS on the exit, almost hitting the wall of champions there, but just going for that enough. And now we are definitely going to be close enough for this last lap, still having over 50% ERS to play with as well. So coming up through here, just trying to get as close as I possibly can for the rest of this lap. Managing to take that very nicely on this occasion. No warnings, no corner cuts so far. You can see we're comfortably going to be within the DRS detection point, which was actually well before that corner, which is pretty interesting. As you can see again, under half a second, going through it here, being nice and aggressive at the curbs, really taking that nicely. You can see his car's a little bit unsettled through there, but we're going to be plenty close enough to get this detection point. Going to purple middle sector, 7 attempts up on our lap so far. Getting some really good traction once again, using the rest of our battery here, over 50% we still had. You can see his red light is flashing, so he's going to be really suffering in a straight line, and we can just see it's such a comfortable move with the DRS, going through into avoiding the wall champions again, getting the DRS once again, going across the line. And what time is this going to be? It's an 8.3. World records are low 7, so only a second off the world record, just over a second off. That was a very, very nice lap, and Canada definitely gets a thumbs up from me on this game. I really enjoy it, and as I said, it really requires you to have the right setup where you can have the stability and the traction and be good over the curbs rather than just the raw speed. So it really does offer you a choice of what you want to go for. Do you want to go for qualifying position, or do you want to go for a real race setup? But now we arrive at Spain, another track that's not done too often in online lobbies. So we have 5 lights here, starting in P10. And as the lights go out now, trying to get a good start once again. And the launch was fairly good. It wasn't too bad. So we're going to use the slipstream of this car up ahead, try and look for the space, go down the inside. He brakes very early, so that's 2 positions gained already here. Trying to go down the inside of this AlphaTauri, using our Spain setup, of course, as we would be. You can see that is almost another move done. He's going to try to go around the outside, but he's not going to have the traction. We're going to have a very good exit up here. So we're going around the outside of this Alpine. Does he leave us room on this outside? Yes, he does. We get a really good pickup from this corner, and that was a very nice move going into this. Hooking the car on the inside, now behind a Red Bull. You can see the leader has got a little bit of a gap, so only 5 laps in order to make some moves here around Spain, which is notoriously difficult to overtake on quite typically, as both Red Bulls are having a little bit of issues. I think he's just lagged out, and the other one was losing the back end going through into here. So coming into chicane now, let's see what happens. He's just completely lost the car, so that's unfortunate for him. But now we do have a little bit of free air to get up to the 2 guys up ahead, who again I race with quite regularly in lobbies, and they have very good pace. So the guy behind as well, VSR, he's got some very good speed, so it should be quite a good challenge for the rest of this race to see where we are at. So coming to this turn 1, making sure you hook both of the insides here, trying to go completely flat out around this corner as we do very nicely, saving our ERS at this point. We do a purple first sector. Let's see how much time we gain on the leader. It was about 2 seconds going through that sector 1 split. Let's see where we can make it towards the end of a lap. So you can see make up just a 10th on the exit there. And something I always say again, I really do think downforce and stability is definitely going to be the key on this game. If you're sliding around too much, then that's where problems are going to start persisting. Going through to here, we do another purple sector. See, we gained about almost 4 tenths on this lap so far. Should be gaining a little bit more time in this last sector with the wings I'm using. Should provide some really good downforce through here. And you can already see half a second made up on this lap so far. Just sacrificing your entry for a good exit. And we made up pretty much over 7 tenths of a second on this lap here. We do a 16.1, which is a pretty good effort. Still have the guy behind in the DRS zone, but he's not going to be a threat going down this straight, as we do have a change for the lead by MBSFN. Very good driver. And now the mission is to, or the goal is to try and get in the DRS zone of the car up ahead and try and overtake him before this last lap. Otherwise it'll be very, very hard to overtake two cars when the car ahead has the DRS on the leader. So we're going to just conserve our battery once again into this corner, making sure you hook the car on the inside. You can see we've gained a lot of time by actually doing that. You can see we're gaining time once again going through into this corner, not using any of the overtake going down the straight because we do have the benefit of the DRS. You can see the Mercedes has missed the apex ever so slightly. Looks like he is struggling a little bit now, especially compared to myself and the leader. So we're going to try and get as close as we possibly can, maybe even do a move down this home straight. But you will see how powerful this DRS is. It's extremely, extremely powerful. So we're going to launch off this corner. We're going to try and go for a move down into here. We are gaining very, very quickly on the leader, but you can see with the DRS, it's going to be very, very hard to overtake the guy in the middle. So just trying to put him underneath as much pressure as I possibly can. He actually goes out wide here, and I sense an opportunity. So again, just putting him under pressure coming into this corner. Let's see if we can do what we did on lap 1. So get some really good traction coming off this corner. He doesn't defend down the inside, so we poke our nose in. He tries to close the door, but then we end up getting the move done regardless. And that was very crucial if you wanted to try and win this race at the very least. So now we're in a really good position. We're going to be comfortably within the DRS zone of MBSFN up ahead here. So all we have to do is try and be as close as we can going down this main straight. But we go in a little bit deep, running this curb, and you can see because of that we didn't really get some good traction coming off this corner. So again, just trying to be as close as possibly can. It's really only this main straight and the area that I was talking about where you'd really expect some moves to be done, but he has got quite a good lead coming onto the straight here, so I doubt we are going to be close enough. We're going to use our overtake regardless, and you can see we are gaining very quickly, but the straight isn't quite long enough. So we're going to try and get close once again, and it's really, I would say, this opportunity coming up into the next couple of corners, but we are definitely not as close as we were to the car on the previous lap here. So coming into here now, says that the game says he's already won the race, so we're going to try and change that at the very least. He goes in a little bit defensive into this corner. You can see that's allowed us to get a little bit closer onto the back end, making sure we're nice and committed going through into it. You can see we're really following very nicely with this dirty air. Let's see how close we can be now. Got this DRS zone. Now we're going to use the overtake. Does he defend down this inside? His red light's flashing, but no, he doesn't defend. He is a very clean driver, but he's left me a lot of space there. And now we got the move done into this last lap. I think he was being a little bit too nice there, but regardless, I will be taking that position coming through into the final chicane now on the exit of this, using the rest of our ERS, and that is a 5-lap race at Spain. And these races have been very, very enjoyable. I hope you did enjoy them as much as I did. Thank you very much for the support on the channel. And again, please let me know if you want me to start live streaming these. I won't live stream everyone, but I think maybe 2 times a week I might start doing them. So just let me know. And as always, have a good one. Peace.